and we are here. I can't necessarily say we're back because that would not be an appropriate description to describe where we are right now. So I went with we are here. And who is we? Well, in reality, it's me and Ray. Um, maybe metaphysically, it's our forefathers, watching over us. They fought wars just to see us sit at computers and talk about dice rolling. But in the world that we're role playing in, who's here? I don't know. Uh, there's a hand at some point, and God has a lot to do with it. So, Ray, if you would like to give us a taste of, what's happened, what's been going on, so that I don't have to describe it and then I don't have to cry. I will do this. Ooh. A 17. It's only a bad idea if it doesn't work. Anyways, continue. Sorry. This hand didn't say anything. Am I alone? Hmm. I would look at my own self after the passage of time has taken place, and I would take note of the almost hairlessness of my body. I think that would be the first thing that I would notice. Um, what was once, a full grown adult man, with everything that kind of comes with that, I look down and I kind of peer to see what would be the human equivalent of, the faintest of peach fuzz start to grow. Starting to solidify this idea that, you know, while I feel me, the perception of me is not the same me, and that while this conscious, while consciousness exists in this form, this body still nonetheless does not feel like it belongs to me. Um, and I would take a look around the cave for anything of note to identify where I am, if I may. I'll try to make a perception check or an investigation check, either one. All right, I'll make an investigation check for now. Okay. That is a 9. Correct. Is there any bodies of water in here? And that's the only body of water in this hideout. There's not like a. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll make note of that, but I will. Hmm. I think I would feel my face and take note that the observation that I made of everything from the chest down is probably applicable to what is from the neck up, as I feel my face and I don't feel a beard that was once there. I feel the faintest semblance of, eyebrows begin, and my scalp being just kind of oddly, oddly smooth. There's no braids like there once was, and I just feel oddly more naked than I've ever have before. And I think because of that, I would seek to put on a set of clothes, um, and probably put my head in some form of wrap if I could just take those clothes that I spotted earlier. I would put those on, and then I would make some sort of scarf, gaiter, maybe the equivalent of like a turban or something like that, and I would wrap that around my head to kind of cover me up because it feels very kind of I feel so exposed in this form, whatever this is, and I would approach the door to the hideout, and can I peek through the purview and see if I notice anything? I will do this. That is a 13. My arch nemesis. Hmm. Yeah, well, you didn't have to bring that up. You didn't have to bring that up. It's not necessary. Yeah, yeah. Willful ignorance. Willful ignorance. Oh shit! A hand, a new hand. I understand. I would do this. I would pull the latch, and I would try to heave the door open. Not scared of a turkey. I keep pushing the door open, and I look forward towards the turkey, and I would. Is the door open right now? I. Do I feel. Do I have the ability to cast spells? What is my magical perception right now? Can I make a history check to see if I know if that's Satan himself? Fuck. Okay, that's a 10 total. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. I would look at the turkey and I would say, what exactly worked? Hot? I would look at the turkey and the individual commonly referred to as Falco. Falco, punch. Anyways, and I would say, which bastard are we referring to exactly, and what exactly are we saying worked? Why is my hand? And why am I a hairless man? I think I would run up and attempt to choke the turkey. Okay, that's a 12. Okay. That is a 19 to grapple. I don't know if that's contested strength or what. I would lift the turkey off the ground and I would say, I have had my fair share of telling everyone who I am. Where is Amun? Where is Apophis? And where am I? And I had my turn. I have no equipment. No, I'm just annoyed at the turkey. When he says desert, would I contextually understand that he may be referring to the illusory desert? I would set down said turkey and I would say, I would look at the turkey and I would say, my apologies. Jabaxi is not known to have turkey guides, and moreover, turkey guides that don't necessarily know who they're watching over. I thought you guys would have a better understanding of what's going on, considering we're all hiding out here. But if you say Amun is gone, Falco, then I will wait. But our guide here needs to relax. Fortnite? Okay. I would scoff and I would. Yeah. 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 While this is happening, can I subtly pat his head? I'll subtly pat his head at the same time and I'll say, let it out, turkey man. But unfortunately, I've been killed by things far more impressive and scarier than you. It's his turn. Oh, I'm not wearing armor. Hang on, let me unequip the armor. Yeah. Yeah, dirty 20 would hit. My feet? Oh. Interesting. I'll look down at the ground and I'll say, what have you all done to me? Does Falco or the turkey respond? I hear his gaze. Can I make an insight check to detect tones of racism? That's a 16. I look at the book. What is this book? I don't say that. I'm asking. Okay. I would take the book from Falco if you would allow. I thought you were saying he was offering it. Okay, okay, yeah. That's okay, okay, okay. I would take that one, and then I would look to the turkey, and I would say, if we are in the Illusory Desert and we're currently hiding out, where do we intend on going? The turkey. How close is Falco to me? Can I say subtly to Falco, Is this turkey's master a chicken by any chance? Yeah, subtly say that. I dare that turkey bastard to make a perception check to see if he heard that. I dare him. I'll make a performance check. That is a natural 2 for a 6. Fuck. Fuck! And I die again. I'll take a step back and I'll raise my hands with the book in my hand. And I'm like, whoa. Look, I'm sorry. Look, apologies, Thanksgiving. But, I'm taking in a lot of information right now. I remember dying, and now I'm here, and there's an elven man that I've never met, and a turkey I've never met. It's a lot to take in. I don't know where Amun is, and I don't know where my body is, besides this body. And it's a lot to take in at the moment. So please forgive me while I'm trying to understand what's going on. When he bobs his head, I'll just say, "Is your head still bobbing from when I almost choked you out?" I think I'm getting used to this body, buddy. Yeah, yeah. Isaiah chooses his beefs wisely, as you can see. Um, what I will do, though, is I will. Is there a fire going on in this hideout? Okay. I will go back to the fire, start it, attempt to start it. I would like to. Well, I'll make a survival check to see if I can start the fire. That's a 7 total. Yeah. Yep. I'll rub some sticks together and see what happens. And I would sit at the fire and in I would go into some in almost like a meditative state as I go reach out in prayer out to Neith, Horus, or Osiris to see if I could get a response of some sort. My prayer would be something to the effect of, like, you know, dear heavenly gods who have beseeched thee, I reach out to you in hopes of gaining some sort of response, as the body in which I reside in is not one typically bound to thee. And I'm asking for your help now, as I need to reclaim my former being and cast out that which currently occupies it. In Jesus' name, amen. Something like that. I'll roll a religion check. Have a +0 as a paladin. I'm so good at this game. Flat 10. I would I would look at Falco and off into the distance, and I'd look down at my new hands. Just notice that the my palm lines, my calluses, finger scars, and just overall roughness of nails, it's just kind of gone or faint. Um, it's the most surreal thing to feel like you know, feel like a race car driver that just got put into a brand new Prius off the lot. You're like, this mileage is so low, unworn, unused, and yet I'm still me. Can I make a religion check to see if I feel bound by the oath of redemption at this moment? Give me my second d20. A 2 and a 9 for a 9. I would, while looking at my hands, I'll say, Falco, I don't know what the correct answer is, because I feel like I'm still myself, but huge chunks of me are missing. I mean, the without stating the obvious, which is this is not my body as I have come to know it. Um, I also don't feel a connection or a binding to Horus or Osiris in any way. I also think I'm just feeling the somewhat delirious side effects of what has just happened. And I can't say what's happened because I was unconscious for the majority of it, but wherever this, and I would just extend my forearms out in my hands and I would look at them and I would say, wherever all of this came from has, I think, affected my demeanor in unforeseen ways. And with this new body and a seemingly dimmed oath, I feel so far a stronger sense of compulsion, and you saw that manifest on our guide here. That's not to say that was right or fair, but that is to say that everything right now, in real time, is an adjustment. And so I can't say I'm good or bad. I can only say that I'm adjusting. I would look off into the distance and nod and say, if there's anything that I'm good at, it's dying with the lie. And I would have a faint smirk as I say that, because I think Isaiah would interpret that as funny. I don't know if he understands humor, but he also is kind of like at the point where he's owned his death to the point where he would find amusement out of it. Also, the simple fact is that he's died so many times he can make fun of some of the deaths. When Falco mentions Ro, I think I would be shocked in the way of like my ears would pull back, my eyes would like dilate, and I would like have a flash of just like a sequence of memories just kind of pull forward from the beginning of Romy's Hill to underneath Romy's Hill, everything in Eastfulgen that what had happened, in addition to, you know, the very specific encounter where Ro insisted that we go find Artemis, and Isaiah had to talk her off the ledge, him off the ledge, and he would just ponder all of those memories in like the matter of like, you know, 1.25 seconds at once, and nod and say, you know, Falco, I will assist you for the betterment of our mutual interest. To what extent, I can't necessarily give a firm answer, but once all of this, and I would gesture to the broad, you know, illusory desert, you know, once all of this is taken care of, I'll see what I can do for you. I would look down at my feet now and just notice the silver blood that has now kind of coagulated and solidified at my feet. And the silver just kind of meaning like what runs through my veins is not natural and it's not mine. And granted, you could already consider that the last form was unnatural, but it was a different set of circumstances. Looking at the coagulated silver scab start to form, I would look over to Falco and say, for the time being, I think Isaiah is a dead name until I get my old body back. And for now, I don't necessarily have an answer for what you can call me. I don't know if I can hold the title of the Web Weaver as one of the defining characteristics. It's currently not on my person. I don't know if you can call me a Redeemer because I have no oath bound to me. And yeah, I'm still figuring this all out. While I acknowledge that Isaiah is an identity that the Spirit has once recognized, I think for now it's just better off that you call me the whatever you'd like. But in terms of title, I think I would prefer to just go as the Crusader, because at this point it is a war of unholiness that I have to currently fight. That is my former self and the thing that occupies it. So I hope that answer suffices, but I'm just processing all of this in real time. I will take it graciously, as I haven't eaten for what I would call some time now. And as I take the plate from him, I would probably set a hand on Falco's shoulder as he feels, the soft Gerber texture of my palms on his shoulder. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I would say the only thing that I can say for certainty has carried over from my last form to my current form is my love for Euros. God bless. Hmm. We feast. We feast. How much can we eat? I haven't eaten in a significant amount of time. I would try to like fill up the gullet. I have a lot of growing to do. Yeah, yeah. I feel like someone that overly lotions and lathers. Yep. Hmm. Would I recall any kind of titles that Lazarus Leap Shop would have given me? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Um, I would definitely then say to Falco in transparency that the title that Lazarus Leap Shot is by no means indicative of class, as I grew up a farm boy of sorts, and I think he was more likely than not referring to the status and nobility with which I hold due to the nature of my oath. So it was a lord title given by deed and action rather than uh, social status or family entitlement. I would revise what you said. Um, Nothing that you described for Amun, but as soon as I notice Amun approaching, I mean, the feeling, the sensation I would have would obviously be relief and like, okay, turkey was wrong. I now you know never to trust a turkey. They're fucking wrong and stupid sometimes. But then I would think about like, oh, I'm dumb and stupid sometimes, as I think back to how I even got here before. But as soon as Amun, I think, mantles the cliff side and gets to the hideout, I would probably avert his gaze, as I think I would have too much shame to even really like look at him with earnestness, as you know, kind of like look at what I kind of got us into now. um and yeah, I would stay near the fire as they climb up and approach. Yeah. I would stay looking at the fire, and I would say it all depends on what the bar is for working. If this is what you wanted, then I suppose it has worked. Can I make a history check on that? Was his name Jack? I feel like I wanted to say his name was Jack, but maybe that's just a hopeful, idealistic version of me. Fuck. You. That's a 17. Loser! note somewhere. Was his name Larry? Fuck! That was right. I had the video pulled up, but I didn't want to pause to re-listen to it. But yeah, I have notes in like 3 different places, like Notepad, Microsoft Notes, and then I have physical notes because when I'm remote, it's very difficult for me to stick with a consistent choice for notes. In any case, that's not the point. The point is that I would say Lloyd to Amun and allow him to finish his point about why he would bring up Lloyd, the man who I removed a foot from. Tangith. I believe he was looking for a weapon or a solution that would defeat the ice lock that was infesting the wastes over there. I would T-pose very well, might I add. I score very well. I have, I think, a +0 to dexterity, so I don't know if that would go well. God bless. Ye- Yeah, yeah, yeah. I look at him and I would say, forgive me, for I have no right to ask or inquire. But what is our plan to stopping the other me slash getting my body back? I would look off into the distance, peering at the faint shadows of the undead that would occasionally walk by, and I would say there's a lot that we need to accomplish, and we are not necessarily given a timeline that is in our favor. So, if getting out of this desert is what we need to do, then we must do so. And if the only way to do that is wait for daylight, then we must do so. And I would begin, I'll say, getting ready for bed. I would, I'd try, I'm gonna make an investigation check really quick. It's a natural 16. I'm trying to look for like some sort of like crib that has like the spinny little toys that spin in a circle above it, and then some sort of like, yeah, like a one or two rattles. Pass fires bonus points, but something like that for me. Goo goo gaga. Okay. I'll walk up to the tiny hut, nodding and understanding of the nature of the request. And as I'm about to enter the tiny hut, I would look back towards Amun and I would say, "Hey, Amun." I would just say, "I'm sorry." And I would take my farewell into the tiny hut and get a rest. I would look at him and I would say, interesting is a certain way to put it. If I told you all of the things that if I could tell you all of the things that I could say that not many other people could say, you would you might think it less interesting and more of a strange set of unfortunate events. Um, when I technically be immune to that? Oh wait, poison damage is different than a disease. Okay. Um, I would look towards him and nod and say, if you do happen to impress me with one of those stories, next round's on me. But until then, try to take the try to take in the scenery. Jabaxi is a lot, and the gods and people inside are certainly a lot as well. But there is a reason why I spent so much of my lives trying to redeem it. There's something here, and I can feel it. Mm. Is this a long rest, or is this painful, violent, and I have visions of just death and destruction? So much more simple. I miss it. I cry in my sleep a little bit. I weep. I would begin to wake up, but try not to wake up the grung, who seems to be deep in slumber and oddly intent on staring at me. I head out sneakily, stealthily. Does the turkey know that the ostriches are ostriches, or does he think they're like really fucked up turkeys? They're vaguely similar. They're vaguely similar. All right. That's a 12. Good. Good. Oh, are they guides as well? Oh, are these sets ostriches or sets turkeys? Do turkeys lay eggs? Oh, geez, I'm not up to date on my birdology. All right, anyways. They'd probably be expensive as hell, yeah. Yeah. Wait, so I actually have edible turkey here? Okay, okay, okay. I was about to say, what does our turkey companion think? The el Yeah, the elves are like, don't tell him. Just let him stare at the ostriches. Yep, yep. All right. I will consume this breakfast. And after the breakfast, I would approach the ostrich walker watcher and I would say, "Pardon me, but I believe yesterday we got off on the wrong foot." And I would poke my foot out a little bit to show the scar, the silver scar that's still there. And I would say, I believe we haven't had a proper introduction, and seeing as you will be my guide, I think it's important that we have a professional understanding at the very least of each other. Yeah. Um, I'll I would you know hold back any comments that I would make, and I would say, nice to meet you, Vero. My name is, and I would get stuck on that part for a second, as I don't want to, you know, dead name myself in this sense, and I would think of like what would I would think? I would think of like things pertaining to rebirth, um, something anew, uh, and young. And I think I would say that my name, I would say my name is Adam. And I would let him say things because I have my personal opinions on all of it, but it's not, the point is not to fight the turkey, especially this early in the morning. And I would say yes. The name for now is Adam. We can go, bro. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, I would look towards Amun and nod, and I'll say, whoever wishes to spar, I will wait outside. And I don't have a weapon of any sort. I would probably wait to be either given a weapon, or I'd probably wait to be given a weapon as I proceed outside of the hideout and stand in the I would say, is the sun hitting the outside of the hideout? I would probably climb up to the top of the cliff. I would mantle to the top of the cliff, and I would want this to be within full visibility, because in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, and I'm saying, uh, in my mind, I'm thinking raw, bear witness, for I am in dire need. And I would begin to take off the makeshift turban that I have on the top of my head and the tunic on my torso, and I would only be wearing my, burlap pants and be barefoot at the top of this hideout, this precipice. And in front of the sun and its light, I would be getting ready to fight. I pick up the sword and I attempt to feel for some sort of sense of something beyond. Do I get the feeling that I could activate or channel some sort of divine smite? Yeah. Yeah. It would be bare chest and all, and I think the the two things that I would want to communicate to everyone by doing so is that this body is not what the thing occupying it has once understood, and you need to understand that this is a completely different experience and something that I'm still trying to get comfortability with, but at the very least, the immediate party needs to understand with what they're dealing with. I'm sure they already know because when I was unconscious, my body was visible. But I think, moreover, I think they need to know that I know they know, essentially. And secondly, it's more important that I demonstrate a level of strength with a means of my complete own with this own body and not necessarily be supported by attunements, special gear, or anything related to that. So, with that, I will add a sword into my inventory. I'll add a scimitar to my inventory. I'm a liar. Let's see. Scimitar. Oh, they have a double-bladed scimitar. Cool. Anyways. This is very cool. Alright. And then, I guess I will start initiative. Where did that dice go? I just threw it. Oh, there you are. Right. That is a 15. Okay. So you wanted to make my initiative that athletics check or what? Okay. That is a natural 19. Yeah. Okay. With a natural 19, I will be going first. And I will. He's within 30 feet, correct? Okay. I will encroach on his position and with the smoothest and silkiest of deep breaths as I take with these brand new lungs, I will prepare to take my first strike. And what I get is a 9 total. I do have another attack. And I exhale my deep breath as I'm really starting to realize that this is going to be an uphill battle. But Nonetheless, you must persevere. And I will take my second attack, trying to whirl around and catch him off guard. That will be a 21. How is this stick angled again? It's perpendicular to my blade swing. Okay. Then I think similar to how the jeez. Well, he said strike me, but he also said in Elvish, so different dialect, different tonalities, inflections. You don't necessarily fully understand what a guy means when he's speaking a different language. So how seriously I take this strike, I think. I think with the nature of the new body, the point that needs to be proven, and we'll say different emotional state, temperamental state. I think it would be a strike made at full force, irregardless of the fact that he has a stick. I strike him with full power, which is a d6 plus 2. That is 5 damage. Um. Ooh, am I trying to smite? Ooh, yeah. I think I might be trying to smite. Yeah, I think I would attempt to smite. Um, I would attempt to smite. I don't know who it would be going to because I don't have an oath currently at the time, or one as I understand it. So I would attempt to channel some sort of divine power or divinity into the strike at the very tip of the blade, right there, right when the tip connects, just right there at that point. Big money, big money. No more net ones, no more net ones. So I add my charisma modifier. Raymond, that is a 12. Oh, geez. I've been so on it with the gold branding that haven't really considered what the new color would be. Um, I think it would be. I think I would like the color to be lavender. When I think about magical webs and the weave, I mean, shout out Baldur's Gate 3, but I do get a strong sense of either purplish or bluish hues. And so I'm like, lavender kind of works with this. So I will pick lavender. No. Since I technically probably don't have spell slots, would it just be a base level Divine Smite? Okay. 2d8. So that would be 5 slashing damage. And then this would be 11 lavender radiant damage. Do I lose consciousness? Okay. With an exhausted, exasperated breath, I would lean over, hands on my knees as I drop the scimitar and attempt to catch my breath. I'd like to make a constitution check to see if I could catch my breath. It's not that bad. Not that bad. Natural 18 for a 22. Hmm. Does this Mowgli talk? I would talk to the Mowgli. I would. Yeah. Don't answer these questions. Actually, I don't want the answers to them. I would take the Mowgli, and in my shirtless form, I would put the Mowgli pelt over my head once again and don the warm, fuzzy helm that is my furry companion. Well, not furry like that, but furry companion. And Patrick, what has happened? I like Sonic. Um, and um, I would whisper to myself, "Hey, buddy, are you there?" Oh, God. God. Oh, I whisper quietly, "Look, man, I was following your footsteps. I was trying to get a new look. Do you like it? I'm a lot less hairy." And that would remind me in that moment, Mowgli's as a relic of the past and so binding to an identity that once was. I would clarify to him and I would say, Mowgli, for the time being, uh, I am not Isaiah, for this body is not my own. This is a new body grown out of. It's a long story, but suffice to say that there is another Isaiah out there in the world, and he is currently being used as a, we'll call him vessel to uh, to the god Apophis, and that's currently what we're dealing with. But that's not the point. The point is that in the meantime, my name is Adam. But if you say it quiet, I will allow you to call me Isaiah. But everyone else has to call me Adam. Oh shit! I can't lie to him. If he has another Mowgli, I am unaware of it. But I can promise you this: if he does have his own Mowgli, it is not as good as our Mowgli. Yeah, yeah. I would scratch the top of his little pelt head, his little taxidermy head, and I would say once this is all over, we're gonna take a vacation somewhere that hopefully involves a little bit less sand and a lot less drama. Interesting. Oh, geez. Does that mean that Apophis has a wish? Okay. Interesting. That's scary. Right now, mission one is to reclaim what is rightfully his and also reclaim what is rightfully right, and that is the formal and prompt eviction of a certain tenant from a certain body, and but he has to go about it in a smart, appropriate way um, that yields in his favor, so that maybe he can roll more than one nat one at a time and hopefully not fail. We have to increase the budget of how many nat ones I can roll, um, so that it's not fucked as soon as I get the first one. So to increase those odds, the mission is to get out of the Illusory Desert and find the Temple of Ra and begin the appeal to a higher power that a mutual opportunity in which we both benefit has presented itself, and everyone involved would be so wise as to work together to hopefully stop this madness. Indeed, indeed.
God bless. That's all a man can hope for. He, yeah, yep. It's certainly yeah, yeah. There's a lot of things that the individual currently known as Adam would be trying not to think about because a lot of this sucks, even though some of it is promising and there's even some of it that, you know, brings him joy, like the Mowgli reunion. But ultimately, this walk through the desert, this teleportation, and this visitation uh, at the temple will be the closest thing spiritually that Isaiah will have to a walk of shame. And it's a feeling and act that seems to be a trend for him over the span of his life. And no matter how used to it he gets, um, it always somehow finds a way to feel new, and that sucks. And so yeah, we can end it there. With that, Raymond, tell me, what did you like about this episode? What did you not like? What surprised you? What caught you off guard? What made you think, oh, interesting, peculiar? And what's like, oh, I hated this. I wish this never happened. You know, whatever. Whatever. What are your thoughts? The circumstances? Yeah, I'm interested to see what you throw my way because I definitely don't necessarily know what to expect with these individuals. It kind of seems like, who the hell are you guys? But I have to roll with it because, the big man wants you guys around. So it's kind of like, okay, cool. Um, so what revelations turn up? What discoveries are made? I'm very curious, a little nervous because, digging up the past is always a cause for concern, Oh, why'd you have to bring that up? Stuff like that. So I'm interested to see what you're going to do with that.
but I won't, obviously pry any deeper. I'll let the cards play as they land. All I can do is stay steadfast on the mission and see what happens. See what happens. What I'm shocked by, your insistence of talking animals, new talking animals. What you bringing up Lloyd was, an interesting callback to an earlier part of the campaign. So the addition of a turkey as well is also very fun and peculiar, and I like the idea that when I see the turkey, it's on site. Like there's just naturally a beef. And I think that's appropriate. I think most people, if they saw, a cognitive turkey of this sort, they would act on it. They would act on it. 3 years ago. Oh, jeez. That's beautiful. Um, where'd you find this? Oh, you're a Pinterest baddie. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I thought the turkey was a fun, neat inclusion. I'm like, Ray is very inclusive. He wants all of the animals to have a cognition species attached. Um, and I appreciate that. Yeah. Yep. Let's see, what else did I not really expect? I'll say this, in terms of what I didn't expect that is completely on me. I came up with the idea like almost in the moment, or almost like kind of right before the idea that like if because I've contemplated the idea of like how, if at all, would Isaiah look differently, or this new entity would look. And so I was like, I can't come up with a different look for him that necessarily makes sense or like feels apt, but I do think it would be fitting, appropriately biologically speaking, that if you test tubed you know a fucking hand into a whole creature, that in that 7 week period it would grow into what it once was, but definitely not the same. And one of those things that would not be the same is the natural wear and tear that comes with an actually aged body, in addition to, things that actually take the passage of time, which is like body hair. And so I was like, in the moment, I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna rock with this no body hair look, and it gives me the inspiration to like, cover up and, you know, actually kind of like don armor in the way that's like, it's not even really for protection, it's kind of like an insecurity thing at this point, except for the people that I trust. And um, that's why I kind of did it at the top of the hill, was not for the strangers but for the people that I trust, and then um, for the people that are supposed to trust me. So I did that. That was a fun, shocking thing. The name Adam was somewhat shocking because I did that in the moment. It was very not premeditated because it was like, what would I do? And I do like the idea that it was like, this entity was like hand created by, well, now that we know in hindsight, by a wish spell. And in that way there's something like almost totally divine about that. So I was like, okay, keep the spiritual references going. So let's take the name Adam as the divine creation from God in that sense. Um, so I liked that. That was like something that I didn't expect. And then the lavender divine smite. Was like maybe I should double down on the gold because it just makes sense. But I'm like, while I'm in this new form, I might as well reupholster it a little bit. So lavender divine smite works for me. So those were the things that were like interesting to me that not necessarily from a what you presented towards me, but in the sense of like these are notable things that I liked that happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, go ahead. I like the opportunities that this will offer in terms of role play because not only is this elements from a past that this creature has not come to know for a long time, but also Adam has as I referenced in the session, has a different temperament, a different like perception of life. I mean, it came out the gate. I'm choking the turkey, choking that chicken, um, and uh, and how I handle myself. Like, it's not wonder, but it is childlike in the way that he handles certain things. Like, there is some wisdom that was transferred over, but the way he acts on, I guess, his emotions, because he's not tied to this oath of redemption, I'm thinking this creature has full capacity for emotions. And that was one thing that did not carry over, like his martial ability is the ability to wield emotions, because that just wasn't something that he could wield for a long time. So I think he has a lot more impulsiveness, has a lot more temperamental sensitivities, and uh, what was once general apathy due to the nature of his circumstances at the beginning is now like full. He can actually feel the shame and the sensitivity of his mistakes, moreover, and not necessarily maybe handle them the best or like a mature adult man, because it's technically a mature adult man. So I'm interested to see what role play opportunities this would present and how this is gonna manifest down the road. But yeah, sounds like a plan, Stan. In the meantime, we'll let our beautiful audience get going, and we'll relieve ourselves for the time being, and we'll connect here in the short-term future to continue the adventures of Adam and gang. And until then, I bid you adieu, farewell, arrivederci, hasta la vista, and have a good one, everyone.